Hello everybody, welcome to Never United. It is the podcast where you've got a Liverpool fan and a Man United fan, and this week we've got another Man United fan. It's Vince. It's controversial, but we had a big debate at the start of the season and it's back.
Okay.
We are doing, between the three of us, and we have to agree, a combined Man United and Liverpool 11 so far this season.
This season, okay.
This season.
All right.
So at the start of the season, me and you went back and forth over it, and you said that not a single Man United player would get into Liverpool starting 11. I said I could name you about 5. I think right now I could easily name you about 5. I think you'd probably be the same or close. You hate United. So
11, I think.
Should we start off with the goalkeeper?
Yep.
So Man United, Liverpool.
Can't wait for this. Can't wait for this. Man
United versus Liverpool, combined 11 so far this season. In goal, I'm going Lomans. Come on.
Alisson's still class.
It's a good goalkeeper. Has he been better than Lomans this season?
Yeah.
How many goals have Liverpool conceded? Far less than us.
Oh, probably about the same. We're talking about a goalkeeper who's come in and single-handedly changed how Man United are viewed as a team. No more pot shots from nowhere because they know Onana's going to spill one in.
He's come from Belgium at 23.
That's related to. I think Lomans has been fantastic. I was praising him today, no doubt about it. I think he's really shored you up. I think he's a credit to how you're playing at the moment, getting results and grinding out. I think he's brilliant. I think what people forget with Alisson is that he has had a period injured, and the 2 periods where he has been in goal, we have picked up more points and more results. He does make a massive difference to us, and I do think he is a better goalkeeper overall. I'm actually going to be really unbiased and say that it's a lot closer than I would like to think of it.
Yeah,
and
if it's this season, because it'd be very easy for us to just say Alisson because he's the better goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We've got to base it off this season. I'd say for the impact on the team that he's had, I'd say Lomans has had a more of an effect on Man United than Alisson has for Liverpool. I think Liverpool have been way below par. I think Alisson struggled in a couple of games, made a couple of mistakes as well, let's not forget.
If you could have Alisson in goal right now, you wouldn't take him?
I'd have Alisson over Lomans.
Right now,
this
season. So right now you've got choice to start a player I
can start a player next week, I'm choosing Alisson. If I'm saying who's been better throughout the season, I think Lomans.
Then you would start Lomans, so surely...
No, I think it's different.
You've got to go Alisson now. I think. I agree with what you're saying.
Are you both saying Alisson? Because we'll have to take the vote.
I am, but I just want it on record for anyone that ever says that I'm a deluded Liverpool fan or whatever. I would have also been happy to have said, if you two had gone Lomans, I wouldn't have put up a crazy fight because I do think he has been brilliant for you. Okay. Yeah, I do, however, think it is Alisson.
I think it's closer than we...
So we're going Alisson.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, right back. It's Dalot, or it's a string of Frimpong slash Zoboslai.
If you said this half a season ago, we'd have been like, Dalot doesn't get anywhere near the Premier League bottom 11. He's horrendous.
We're gonna have to put Dalot in.
Yeah,
right back.
You are just even if he hasn't been good, there's no one consistently in that right back position enough for us this season that I could put an argument across.
He's been good for us.
I think really if we were just taking it on 2 or 3 games, then I think for what Soboslai did at right back, then I could say, well, hold on a minute. And I think we did at one point.
Yeah, we did.
Sort of had that argument. But he hasn't played there enough.
He did start his career as a right back, didn't he?
Soboslai?
Yeah, I think he started his younger career as a right back, yeah.
He was an attacking midfielder.
No, I'm sure if you go back to his early career, he was a right back.
Maybe. I thought he was
He did really well there, but we don't want him there.
No.
For a start. And I've got no other argument, so I'm happy to say Dalot.
So we've got Dalot. So we're going to go Alisson, Dalot, left back.
I think Luke Shaw.
I think Luke Shaw's been brilliant.
Yeah, I think Luke Shaw. Because he's starting to come into form now.
Yeah,
if we are honest with ourselves, Luke Shaw's been playing left centre half for the majority of the season. It's only now that he's playing left back. So I think you have to put the argument for Dorgu over Robertson or Kirkes. I think that's the argument rather than Luke Shaw.
But Dorgu at left back rather than this new role this season, do you think he's been better than Kirkes?
He's not.
I think it's different. I think
Kirkes has produced a couple of good performances recently.
He's definitely finding his feet.
He's tough, isn't it?
He's definitely finding his feet.
I think you've got to go.
There's no clear cut one. I'd be fighting for Kirkes because I like that he's got through it. But I'm again trying to be unbiased. I also, with how long it took him to get there.
I'm not having Dorgu over Kirkes. I think Luke is a fair shout. I know he hasn't played there, but Luke's the only one I'm going over Kirk because he wouldn't have.
Okay, let's go Luke Shaw. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Because he's going to go centre back otherwise.
Yeah. Okay. Centre halves. Let's start on the right hand side. You've got Canate. You've got an argument for Joe Gomez as well, and then you've also got
Harry Maguire.
H Mags, or obviously Yoro played a lot as well, and Aidan Heavens played a lot through in central defence. So
I don't think there's one that's nailed on.
I don't think there is.
All hit and miss, aren't they? They had a few
I tell you,
games.
I'm not having.
Canate.
I'm not having Van Dijk on the other side.
Let's get there.
Me rubbing my eyes was at the thought of knowing where it was going next.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about this right centre back. It was the fact that we're going to have this debate.
I think it's a close one. It's not clear. I think United have been poor defensively this season. I think Liverpool have been poor defensively. I think Van Dijk particularly has let himself down in terms of attitude and application. That's what I'll say about Van Dijk.
I still think you've got to put him in.
I don't know. I think we read too much. I really do think we read too much into this. I think him.
No, he's a disgrace.
You know, he gets a rights against Karabag. He gets a hat trick of assists. He keeps a clean sheet. He then was extremely solid last night against Newcastle. Yeah, fine. Newcastle's a tough game. You know, he's come through that. You will highlight the Bournemouth, rightly so, a disgrace. He's not finished.
Forest.
I don't think he's finished. I just think I think he's got too ahead of himself. Huh?
It's Dutch, isn't he?
I would want him in there, of the caveat that you can have the right centre back.
I would put Van Dijk in there. You have to.
Personally, I'd go Maguire Martinez.
Martinez hasn't played enough.
No, I agree. He's injured. He's had a real good.
No, that's fair.
He hasn't played enough.
I just think because of the impact again that he's had in a shorter space of time. Fair enough. Because no other centre back standing out for us, do we then just go right? Okay, well, who's had the best string of games?
I think realistically, it's Van Dijk, Maguire, isn't it? The two you're picking.
But Maguire's been out.
Yeah, but you're not having anyone else in that right centre back.
I think Aidan Heaven was our best centre half for a decent stint.
But he also had a few poor games, so.
I'd say because we were struggling at left back, I would say that if you were to go with the string of games theory, then it would be Kirkes. He's had a better games in a short space of time in the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Probably.
Dorgu's been unbelievable. Dorgu's been the best player in the league for a month.
We could do Kirkes.
It's not an exaggeration.
But not at true left back.
Left wing back, whatever you want to call it.
Left wing.
Okay.
What about putting
we need
Shaw
to settle on
centre
it.
back? It means you're gonna have to move Van Dijk to the right.
No, because
I'm happy to go Alisson, Dalot, Maguire or Heaven. I think Heaven's a good shout.
I think Heaven had a better impact over a long.
For 3 games.
And then you can have Luke Shaw at left back, and I'll have my Van Dijk at centre back.
It feels wrong to have a player that is out of the team currently, and it also feels wrong to have a player who's out of the team for a longer period until now. What I would say is, because it's not clear cut, let's go with who we're starting tomorrow if the game's on.
Okay.
I'd say Maguire, and I would say
Maguire Van Dijk would be a sick partnership.
I would.
Maguire, Van Dijk.
I know you really like Martinez, and I can see it. He's good.
He's brilliant today as
ball
well.
playing, ball playing centre back and stuff, and he does add a lot to you. I'm not having Martinez in like a head to head of who am I taking in my team. I'm not having Martinez over Van Dijk.
Van Dijk's a better centre half than Martinez.
So let's go that then. Let's go Shaw, Van Dijk, Maguire, Dalot.
Yeah, happy with that. Let's move on.
Midfield. First name in my midfield is Casemiro.
I thought you could say Kobe Mainu, to be fair.
No, it's Casemiro.
No, I think Casemiro's been one of our better players.
I think he's arguably he'd get into Liverpool start 11.
Yeah, I agree.
I got laughed at the start of the season. And again, I don't want to keep bringing this up, but at the start of the season, I got absolutely annihilated in comments by people who spoke to me after it for saying that Casemiro would get into Liverpool starting 11 this season. He has categorically proven that he would be the first name on the Liverpool team sheet. No. Let alone in their starting 11.
No, that's too much.
Yeah.
Not being the
He's
first.
been unbelievable, mate.
Over him, right. Alisson's over him.
Yeah, you're not going.
I
sorry, Hugo.
Yeah, he's the first name in your midfield.
What I would say, probably, I think.
Szoboszlai, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
But Casemiro's. I think Casemiro's been unbelievable this season.
You can immediately rule out McAllister. He's not been on it this season. You can immediately rule him out.
Burch, I think.
He's been solid.
He was good at the start of the season.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's not making mistakes. He's just not necessarily contributing to us playing fantastically well, which he does, and he is having to fill in some real makeshift spots because of our lack of squad depth. I'd be happy not to include Grumber.
I think it's going to be Szoboszlai.
I think I would probably go with, if you're going in midfield, 2? 3. Okay, well then you could go...
I think we can.
Casemiro,
Szoboszlai,
We can all
Casemiro,
agree on
Bruno.
that 3.
Yeah.
I said to Brand earlier, are people, yourself included, as a Liverpool fan, but are people going to start admitting finally that Bruno Fernandes is the best player in the league?
No, because it's in the Cundy argument with saying
That's
that
embarrassing.
Cole Palmer.
It's embarrassing.
It's mental. His numbers. And
I love Cole Palmer.
I do still think you'd have a case for Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
I do still think you've got
Even
a case
with-
for
I just
Closest.
closest.
who's a better footballer?
Yeah, all
Bruno
round.
Fernandes is the best.
It's
He's the best
Haaland
footballer in
picks
the
up
league.
that ball and turns with it, man. He's a machine.
Good player.
It's phenomenal.
Unbelievable striker. He's the best striker in the league by a mile. The best,
Bruno
the best player in the league is Bruno Fernandes. Did you see the turn before the Sesko goal today?
To put it through his legs. Man, it's incredible.
This is our creative midfielder turning players like he's a winger. The ball across to Sesko finds him in acres of space. You roll your eyes. The truth is the truth,
You're
mate.
not seeing
Yeah, but-
Odegaard or Wirtz doing something like that.
Absolutely not.
You see Wirtz dancing through defences, mate.
And losing the ball.
No. He literally did it against Newcastle last night. Took on 3-4 players and assisted XTK. What?
Bruno Fernandes, best player in the league. Agreed.
I think so.
Sure.
No, but
It's not Luke Shaw.
I do think I still the best footballer. Yes, probably
It's the best
on
footballer in
on
the
form.
league.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best
Saka,
player.
It's the best player.
I think I'd still go Haaland. I think if the way I look at it is, who would you pick week in, week out to win you a football match, and it would be Erling Haaland for me.
I don't think you can disagree with Bruno though.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
again. It's a close one.
Yeah.
Again, it's a really close one.
Bruno Fernandes has registered 12 assists in the Premier League already this season. Bear in mind he was out with a hamstring injury as well. Man United have been shocking.
Dropped points on every single one of those games.
You think about the players that are up front as well. Yes, we're creating the highest XG in the league, but we're also in a position where a lot of our players, our front line, haven't been putting chances away. He does it every single season. There's not a player more loyal to a club than Bruno Fernandes. All this talk about him going away. He doesn't want to go away. He felt forced.
He's only been there 6 years.
And look what he's achieved.
Yeah, but you can't talk about the most loyal player ever if he's only been there 6 years.
Mate, he loves United.
Since post Ferguson, he's the most loyal player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not
Loyalty,
You'll never see a player
loyalty,
more loyal
passion.
than
Do
Bruno
you think
Fernandes.
we've had Di Maria?
Quality.
We've had-
Yeah, for you guys, but not in general. You're not the most loyal player. You'll
He's
never
one of the
see
most loyal players, regardless.
come
It's
through
a,
the
it's a
youth and go to Real
hyperbolic statement.
Madrid.
We don't have to get too wrapped up in it. Either way, he's been loyal. He's absolutely surpassed how much we paid for him. He's
Yeah,
been the
And
best.
is he the best January signing
Ever.
in Premier League ever?
Suarez.
No.
No?
Suarez was unbelievable.
I think
but
everyone's better than Suarez.
like,
What?
Ever? One more than Suarez.
One more. This. We're not talking about one more.
okay,
It's a
so
big impact for us. actually.
Suarez broke the
We're
goal
agreed.
scoring record.
Casemiro, Zoboszlai,
Bruno
Fernandes.
Yeah.
So that's our three. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro,
Yeah.
Zoboszlai.
This is where it gets difficult.
Right wing. Brian and Burma by a mile.
I'd go Ahmad.
I was on with you,
Ahmad played right wing back
And
for the
he's-
majority of the season.
and he's still quality and got amazing match ratings. His quality made
Just a reminder, this is this season. If I have any Liverpool fans going, we don't claim this guy, how can you not say Salah? Watch him with
It's
your
not
eyes.
Salah.
Joe Saxon.
It's
mate.
not Salah. The only options are Ahmad or Mbeumo.
Yeah, we've got
I
nothing
think
else.
that's
only two
We've got
options.
nothing else.
I love Ahmad as a player. I think Mbeumo is.
Yeah, I'd go with Burma.
Did you watch Mbeumo today?
I'd
Very,
say-
very good, but he's frustrating.
Who's a better player for 90 minutes?
Ahmad?
Ahmad.
Yeah.
Who are you playing if you're going into a big game next week? Burmo's turn up as big moments. Liverpool goal,
And he's out
scored
of
against
position,
Arsenal,
he's
scored
playing
against
up top.
City.
Ahmad, he wins the
I'd
ball
rather
back,
have
he
Ahmad.
defends.
He
Yeah,
wins
he
that
does
ball back
everything.
so much. I think I'd rather have Ahmad than Burma.
I get
If I'm
Mbeumo,
watching
yeah.
it from a United point of view, he does more for the whole for the team.
Just for the sheer fact, I love Ahmad. I think should we put him right wing,
Can have
I
him.
put Mbeumo left.
left wing? It's
not
not
one of-
Gakpo.
not one of ours.
It's not Cunha.
I think I know
left.
that. Cunha.
I'd have Mbeumo over Cunha.
I don't think.
Yeah, but you're not getting
Mbeumo's a
anyone
left
on the-
winger.
Oh, I
Mbeumo
suppose
played
you-
left wing today,
He played up top on his own.
and then he played on the left wing.
he didn't. He
When-
played through the middle.
When Sesko came on, he played on the left.
For 20 minutes.
Did he play on the
If
left?
that.
Did he not? And we scored.
We're
not having a Burma left wing.
This is crap for you, isn't it, mate?
We're not having a Burma left
At
wing.
least I know I'm getting a striker, so you can have.
Yeah.
Cunha's left wing.
Striker.
Yeah.
Cunha.
Yeah, you can have him. He struggled.
Cunha's been unbelievable.
He struggled for
Unbelievable
a long
struggle.
time.
Wait. He struggled for goals and assists.
Mate.
He didn't struggle for performances. He was unbelievable all season.
Oh, but when it's Florian Wirtz, not allowed to put in a performance as long as he's getting
Don't
goals and
compare
assists.
Cunha to Florian Wirtz. It's not even close. It's not. How is it even close?
Oh my God.
I'm not doing this.
You're not saying you cannot be. I understand you really like Mateus Cunha because he's a United player that you haven't had for a long time.
He's a better player than Florian Wirtz.
No, he's
You're
not.
picking him at the moment. aren't you?
Mateus
You're picking
Cunha is a better
over
player than
Wirtz.
Florian
No,
Wirtz.
he's not.
No, you picking in the starting 11 right now. If you play next week, you want Cunha over Wirtz at the moment.
No.
You have Wirtz.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
He's absolute magic, mate.
Magic.
I don't get
Brand,
I can understand.
No,
I
we
can-
need to relax this Wirtz chat because this has been winding me up all week. I've seen it all over Twitter. I saw him come out
Isn't
in
it
an
funny?
interview. Honestly,
Alisson,
no.
Van
Let me
Dijk,
land.
Wirtz.
Let me land. I saw Florian Wirtz come out in an interview talking like he'd cracked the Premier League.
What did he
Honestly,
say?
the
What
way
did he
he was
say?
talking, you'd think he was Thierry Henry.
Quotes. What did he say?
He was saying, "Oh yeah, I feel like I've really arrived, and I feel like my performances are really."
How's that saying that he's cracked it?
Brother, you've scored against Burnley, Qarabag. You scored against absolute nonsense Newcastle the other day, who were absolutely garbage, who let you walk the ball in half the time.
Missing half their squad, to be fair.
And congratulations, Florian Wirtz. You now have the same amount of Premier League goals as Casemiro this season.
Yeah.
Guess who's got more assists?
Yeah, but no-
Casemiro.
Yeah, fine. But what I'm
We're
saying
talking
is,
about your 120, 150 million pound creative midfielder
Right.
who's been brought in to do exactly that, goals and assists, has now just about level with Casemiro, who
Okay,
actually
but-
went a
but-
goal ahead of him this game today.
But Cunha is levels above him. Even though you said that
Miles above him.
he wasn't getting the goals and assists, but his performances were good. So why is it good for the goose but not good for the gander? Why is it on one hand it's fine for Cunha but not for Wirtz?
Do you think Florian Wirtz's performances were good?
Yes, he's been arguably, other than Szoboszlai, he's been our best player. He's
TK.
yes, of course, XTK. You almost forget about him because of how fucking good he is.
This is what I think. This is what I think the issue is with Liverpool fans in particular. They are so obsessed with Florian Wirtz becoming a success.
They have to be.
They are forgetting how good Ekitike is.
No one's
Ekitike has been unbelievable for you, and it's like he's second in the conversation because Wirtz has got an assist in a 4-1 or a 6-0 victory.
He's
Watch
not.
Wirtz,
No,
I've watched Wirtz a lot, like
it's-
first half.
I'd love to see any genuine evidence that you've seen from Liverpool fans
You talk more about Florian Wirtz than you talk about Ekitike.
because
He's in the group, innit?
because
As soon as he
fact,
does something, he's in the group.
because it gets right under your skin. It's the one player I can do. Point proven, but about a minute and a half ago. If I
You didn't wind me
mention
up. Wirtz wound me up himself.
if I mention Florian Wirtz's name, his head blows with all the stuff
Brad,
recently.
at the start of the season, I said to you, you've signed a real quality player there. Do I agree with the price tag? No. But you've signed a real quality player. I sat there. I
No,
watched him.
You only care that if it was Man United, he'd be judged so much harder.
It would be a different conversation.
Oh,
We're talking
poor
about
Man United.
we're talking about Mateus Cunha, who costs half as much as Florian Wirtz and will contribute probably double the amount of goals and assists that he will this season.
That's if. Still 14 games left. You can't say that.
Yeah, but
you
we're-
just said he'd be struggled, but he's got
getting better.
performances.
We're
He's
also-
looking better. He's
We're
looking
also
better.
24 games in.
Yeah.
So the evidence is already in front of us.
3-4 seasons of Premier League football.
Yeah, so he's a better player.
No, it doesn't make him a better player. I'm saying
It
that
does.
he
He's
should.
proven that he can do it at the highest level. Florian Wirtz has
Right,
come
so
in
why
and
did he
struggled straight away.
Why, yeah, because he's never played in the league. Why did Cunha struggle for so long if he's a proven player and he's
He
amazing?
struggled for so long.
Did you said he didn't have his
18,
goals?
17 goals last season?
No, for you.
Wolves.
For you. You said that he didn't get the goals and assists, but he had really good performances. What I want to know is why that is fine for Cunha.
Because I don't agree that Florian Wirtz was putting in really good performances. I watched him. He wasn't. He wasn't good.
course
You said
he
it
was.
yourself.
No, I said he had a
You
couple
sat
of
right
bad
here
games.
saying that.
No,
Not
I've
sure
said
Wirtz wasn't very good today. No.
Yeah, I've also said on here that if you
Bournemouth
actually
game the other
watch
week,
him,
you see that?
he's making so many. He could have had about 5 or 6 more assists if our players were putting them away. We've sat here and we've
Yeah, but
agreed
we've got
that.
the highest XG in the league, so that's irrelevant. That doesn't matter because then
I'm not on about
that.
that.
So I
Yeah,
think
but of course, if your strikers are finishing goals,
we've got the best
goals
striker,
off.
second best striker in the league.
well, he's dead leg, isn't he?
Cunha left wing. Agreed.
Yeah. Thanks for
Up
the
front,
clip.
Ekitike.
Thanks for the clip, by the way.
TK.
Yeah.
What about Isaac?
Ekitike.
I don't know. Can we just say we are going to have a £150 million bench player? How do you get him?
You play Ekitike left wing.
Yeah, you're going to get Gakpo off that wing.
But I understand that, but can you risk...
Ekitike play left wing.
Yeah, but can you risk that?
Yeah, because his quality, you can just see he's got it.
Yeah, I think you could play him right or left. I think he'd be absolutely fine. I do honestly feel, and it's not me trying to bait you into an argument again. I do feel like maybe the appreciation for Ekitike isn't there as much because Florian Wirtz was such a big price tag. Alexander Isak was such a big price tag. These were your headline players. You want them naturally to be a success so much.
I can see
you'll overlook a player like Ekitike, who has been by far and away your best player this season.
I agree why you would think that, because you do see a lot of the noise about the others. It's almost, I think... Taking it for granted might be the way to say it. We take Ekitike for granted.
I think so.
He's hit the ground running so quickly that we almost just expect him to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas you might be right in that we're willing on the other players so that it all clicks into place. I do really think if you can manage to get Ekitike firing off that left, Isak comes in and starts playing how we know he can, and then you've got a Szoboszlai and Wirtz in behind him that are creative playmakers, that could be very dangerous. My biggest worry is that flipping right wing.
Yeah.
That is my worry, because
you replacing that's near impossible.
Even Salah with half a leg,
Jared Bowen,
is going to be difficult. I'd be all over
Semenyo
someone like
was
Jared
the
Bowen.
signing.
And I said earlier that I don't even know if he would have been the right one.
No.
And I love Antoine Semenyo, but I think Bowen might be a better fit.
Something
anyway,
a good
Got no
foot.
pace,
Bowen. Okay, so we're agreed. We've got starting 11 of combined Man United and Liverpool. Sorry, I'm just wrapping up, mate.
Please tell me you noticed it.
What?
The hair that's hanging outside his face. I'm trying to tell him for ages. I still want to tell him. Come here, my sister.
We'll be back after this short break.
Thanks, mate.
Go on, wrap her up.
I'm sure the camera picked that up and everyone's going to be talking about it in the comments. Lomans in goal.
Yeah.
Right back, Dallo.
Yeah.
Left back, Shaw.
Yeah.
Maguire, Van Dijk.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Bruno.
Yeah. Casemiro.
Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Ahmad, Cunha, Ekitike.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I think so. I think a couple.
I think
of them,
Mburmo's unlucky to miss out there,
and I think a couple of them are dodgy because it's just positions where we've both struggled.
Yeah, defensively.
So
I think
some
it's a
of them
massive one.
have almost won it on a default.
Yeah, Dallo in there. I mean,
how mad is it, by the way, that we're saying this after Liverpool won the league last year and where they are now?
I know.
You'd have said at the start of the season, not a chance.
At the start of the season, Vince, I was saying to Brand at the start of the season, I don't think these players that we've got at Man United are as far off as people believe, based off obviously last year's position in the league. I think people severely underrated that squad.
No, I think the signings are massive. You think of
the signings are big,
and the keeper,
but the existing players. I think Casemiro's stock went so down for no reason. I think Bruno Fernandes was underappreciated last season. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Back four was poo.
I'm not sure Casemiro was for no reason. He was putting in a run of bad.
No, you look at the last 10 games
Giving
under Amrim last season. Last 10 games, the run-in, he was fantastic for us, and people didn't notice because it's Casemiro. His legs are gone, apparently.
You could have go back to Erik ten Hag though, and he was really good at the beginning.
He's fantastic for us when he first come in.
Yeah, he was, and then he went off for a bit. And
There's
came
no
back.
doubt, right? I think when it all comes down to it,
used
there's always an element of little digs and things like that. You have it with the Wirtzes and the Van Dijk's analysis. You have that natural thing of that you have for whatever reason, a form of disliking, not necessarily like hatred or whatever. I think with Casemiro, it is safe to say that he put in enough performances where you thought, because it wasn't just me, the Liverpool fan or whatever, there were big pundits that have played the game at a high level saying, I think his legs might have gone. Jamie Carragher went too far.
There were United fans calling it.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So I don't think it was necessarily...
But I think it was so short-sighted by those people. It's that you want to get on an opinion really quick, so you're going to say it and you want to say something outrageous. What they were completely missing was how dysfunctional Man United's midfield was. You put any player in there, as was shown with Kobbie Mainoo, as was shown with Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. Scott McTominay is exactly the same, but forget Scott. That three that's currently performing really well, that three was not working under Amrim. It's a system issue. Because the personnel's not changed.
But it didn't work on it towards the end with Erik ten Hag.
Again, it's a system issue. We also had Harry Maguire.
I don't think Casemiro should be a 90-minute player at his age. I don't think he should have to carry the team for 90 minutes.
At what point does a player need to be a 90-minute player? I think a lot of great players don't play 90 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. We have nobody else to cover that midfield area, so that you can please do well. If you don't, we're fucked.
If he can do it, I mean, if he can last on the pitch for 90 minutes and doesn't cause any harm by being on the pitch, then there's no reason that his age has to come into it that he can't play 90 minutes.
I agree, and I think he's. I think he's improved.
Can you name another centre midfielder over the age of 32 that plays in the Premier League for 90 minutes, 38 games a season?
But this is what, maybe not. But what I'm saying is, if it's not. For a lot of the time, the reason is that they will start to slow down or not be performing in the 70th, 80th minute. If Casemiro started doing that, which he hasn't been recently,
but we're also playing one game a week,
right? So he can afford to do that.
But these things are obvious. A player gets to sort of early 30s. You do have to manage their minutes, and it doesn't make them a bad player.
No, of course it doesn't.
But this was the tag thrown at Casemiro that his legs had gone and he couldn't play. Manage his minutes, manage the game. How do you play him? How do you play the midfield next to him? Cobby hasn't got legs. Cobby runs more than any other player in the United side. So that was a myth as well. It was a system. It was a system failure, and people were too quick to jump on it. That was my problem with Casemiro.
Do you think he was tasked to cover too much ground? Because like I said, when I went to watch Fiorentina pre-season, Casemiro's legs looked like they had gone. He could not get across the pitch. He couldn't move. Do you think that's what he was?
You could watch him in the Arsenal game and the City game. You watch him move. He's sluggish. This is Casemiro.
But he's like starting an engine. He's like one step, two steps, three steps, a bit quicker.
But again,
you've got to wind him up.
But again, your problem isn't that player. Your problem is a system because he's proved
do you think the
in a different
managers
system.
got him to defend it and play a certain way of football which didn't suit how he plays like he is now?
You've got Harry Maguire and you've got Casemiro, two players who are better in a lower block or who aren't a team that... You look at Jurgen Klopp's teams where they are absolute full throttle back and forward. That is not a system that would ever suit Harry Maguire or ever suit Casemiro. Either dominate possession or sit back and allow teams to attack you, and you're that player who's in front of the lines, whether you're releasing a pass to someone else and catching a team on a counter-attack. Casemiro can do that. Harry Maguire can do that. Defend the box. Harry Maguire is as good as anyone defending the box. You ask him to play that high line on the halfway line, he can't do that. So again, you've got personnel problems that were, I think, misidentified when they were actually system problems. You had managers who thought they knew best because this is my system, I'm going to play with this, I'm not going to change, when your players cannot play that system. Maguire was a perfect example, and he's showing it now. Why he's so good? Because in those games that he's played under Carrick, Arsenal, we've sat deep. City, we sat deep. Even today, you look at the game against Fulham. I know, obviously, it's not an ideal result. We conceded 2 goals. We won the game. But Harry Maguire wasn't necessarily at fault. He had to cover, and he went in a little bit rash. Yeah. But again, you're seeing the best out of Harry Maguire when he stood defending his box. That's all. You don't sign a player for 80 million quid and then completely change how he plays and what makes him successful.
But you would think sticking in a back three would work.
I was about to say, where's Harry Maguire's goals and assists? But he bags and gets assists.
Bangs him in.
Can I just... Sorry. No. Can I say that... Or ask then... You've obviously got the luxury of only playing once a week at the moment. FA Cup, no, Brighton, not sure, I don't know. So it's just, yeah. So you've got that luxury. Do you see a problem if and when you are playing more games?
Under Carrick, yeah, absolutely.
It depends on transfer activity in the summer as well.
And I don't think if you're a player, you go, oh yeah, I want to go play under Carrick. It does worry me. He's going to get us top 4. We're going to give him the manager role. If you've got someone like an Ancelotti coming in that is a proven winner, he goes out and signs the correct players. I think if we're playing Champions League football, FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League,
even
under
Europa
Carrick,
League's a nightmare.
Worries me. We need 2 midfielders minimum, centre mids minimum.
We need a stronger squad.
Another striker, probably in a backup goalkeeper. We definitely need a right back, probably another left back because Luke's not far from goal. We need, like, in the sense of these are like just little areas, but we need to improve everything.
I agree.
City,
I'm just laughing.
3 players per position. We've barely got 1.
It depends on how many fronts you think United can challenge. I think a good season for us next season, get knocked out of every single cup competition and go at the league. I have no problem.
But do you think if we can under Carrick? Do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll tell you. I want us to move on to other topics, but I will say the whole noise about Michael Carrick not getting the job at the end of the season, even if he wins every game until the end of the seasons. Honestly, it makes me so cross because I'm seeing ex-pros, players who are legends at our club, dismissing a manager who could potentially, and this is they're saying, hypothetically, would he get the job if he won every game between now and the end of the season? And they're saying no.
Yeah, that's mental.
Name another club that's done that with a manager. Another big club that's had an interim manager come in who used to play for the club, has then done well, and they've been given the job. Only United. Happened with Ollie, got rid of him, didn't work, and I'm worried.
That's a short space, though, isn't it? This Carrick.
And again, you're looking at 2 different
to get
people
into the job. It was an interim thing, wasn't it? Just
yeah,
It was
it's the same
interim,
as
and then
Carrick.
they gave him the contract.
And it's the
But
same
again,
thing.
you're
but
dealing with
is-
two different people.
Yeah. Okay.
Two very different styles of management, two very different people in terms of their personnel, in terms of their experience. Also, Michael Carrick's managed in England. I know Ollie had under at Cardiff, but
Yeah, that was poor, wasn't it?
we are so obsessed with the past hurting us. We are letting it affect potentially a manager who could work for us. What manager has gone straight into a massive club and won the league back to back to back? Other than Zidane, these managers need experience. They need that time to build up. Otherwise, how else do you get a great manager?
Yeah, but do you get? You shouldn't be getting it. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I'm not saying this is what I believe in, but do you deserve to get? Do you get? What's it called at United? I'm going to learn at United on the job. I think that's a big job to learn.
I think he's learned on the job
you 3 games
at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, but that's a completely different kind of thing.
It is, but any manager you bring in, like
Experience.
the whole experience thing. What better experience than go in and win 16, 17 games, however many he's got at United, and go in and win
beat in 5 games. We get beat for 5 games, and then all of a sudden, fuck, what do we do?
But that's the
This
problem.
manager
It's
hasn't
the
got
panic.
experience.
It's the panic because we're going to go back to the same things. Oh, this is what we did with Ollie. First of all, we threw a
I think
contract.
that's understandable.
Vince, we threw a contract to Ollie when he was going absolutely nowhere. Why are we giving him a 3-year deal? He ain't going anywhere.
We did the same thing with Ollie. He came in, we won a few games, we got ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We're so obsessed with our failures, we are not thinking about something that is successful.
So,
if Carrick's come in and it's successful and he's got the players playing, why on earth would you change
Okay,
it?
sure. On the other foot, it's the same as that. You could say the same happened with Ollie. We did exactly the same. We won a few games. He came in, got the manager's job. It didn't work. It's the same as you say that it comes in, he does well, and he should get it. Well, it's the same thing. It could go either way. He could come in, get the contract, be crap, or he could not get the job. We find somebody else, give him a good run in.
Yeah.
Carrick goes somewhere
Like
else.
we did with Ten Hag.
Going to go up, and he's going to do really well. Yeah, but these are
Like we did with Amorim.
Yeah, but they're unproven managers. Exactly.
No, we had proven managers.
They've never been in the Premier League.
Can I just address?
So what, you want a Premier League proven manager?
I want a proven manager who's managed at the highest level, whether that's Spain,
They're not
whether that's
out
England,
there.
whether they've won it. Yeah, they are.
Who?
Well, you've got Ancelotti, who's
Ancelotti manages Brazil.
What's that?
He manages Brazil.
His contract runs out after the World Cup.
Okay, but you want a 70-year-old manager to come in.
Would you go for Eddie Howe?
No, if Carrick wins until the end of the season and we finish,
I just think.
if we finish strongly, give it.
Can I just address
job.
the elephant in the room? This is all based around, and I know you're in a good moment. I'm really happy for you boys. All right. Can we just address the elephant in the room? You're talking that Michael Carrick's going to go unbeaten in 15, 16 games.
Of course
No,
not.
no, we're
Right.
talking about top 4 though.
My anger
not
is
you
with the
yeah.
ex-players saying that hypothetically, even if he won every game, so a manager can come in, win every single game in an interim. Potentially, then that would be a title charge, and you'd still not give him a
Yeah,
job.
that's
Fuck
wrong.
off.
different.
That's
I'm not
wrong.
talking about winning
They're
every
only
game.
saying
if he wins
that
every game,
yeah.
it's different.
They're saying that because they're jealous. I listened to Roy Keane
he
talk
jealous?
about it. Roy Keane's jealous that he didn't get the job at Man United. I love Roy Keane. He's jealous that he didn't get that job and Michael Carrick did.
I think.
Why else would you have an agenda like the way he talks about Michael Carrick? Honestly, the way he was talking about. The geezer's just hands down battered City. He then got a result at Arsenal, the hardest place to go in the league, and in the studio after, he's like, "Slow down." Why?
Okay, can we say then? Let's just wait and see what
Right.
happens.
So my next point
Of course,
would be
if he loses every game until the end of the season,
not even
of course
loses.
he's not got the job.
Not even loses. And I know what you're saying about history and things like that, but unfortunately, it's not just United history. It's just patterns across all of football. What happens when the chips are down?
Exactly.
We
That's
lose
where he's
5
going to be
games
judged.
in a row, or 2 or 3 games.
And if he comes out of that and manages to turn it around, there's no reason that you wouldn't
Exactly.
take him on.
But my issue is that dismissing the current manager, despite what he could achieve, even if he won
It's not
the
healthy.
league, you're not going to give him the job. It's nonsense. And Gary Neville's guilty of it. Roy Keane, unfortunately, is now guilty of it. Scholesy, Butty on their podcast talking about Carrick. Yeah, I like Michael, but no, you need some. If he wins games, at the end of the day, I don't care.
He's not one of their boys, though, is he? He's not one of the 92. That's the trouble.
This is the thing. If Keane had got it, they wouldn't be saying this.
No. Well, because they're scared of him as well.
If Phil Neville had come in and they'd given Phil Neville the job, they wouldn't be saying
I don't know
this.
if it is that. I think it's because we've seen this story before. I think that's what the problem
You're
is.
allowed to be-
excited. And
I
then
just think we're obsessed. We can't go too long on this. I have
we
got
are
a couple
at
of things I want to talk
36
about. Talk about United very quickly today. I thought a couple of signs. of last season, did sneak in, controlling the game, managing the game, getting through it. It's a massive, massive result, and it feels bigger getting it in the last minute. Massively buzzing for Sesko today.
Did you? I felt like as soon as it went back to 2-2, I was like, we've got 9 minutes. I've never felt like this for probably 2 or 3 years. We're going to win this. We're going to do this.
I knew you would.
I had a feeling.
You were confident. I
was really confident. Look, Fulham scored 2, penalty obviously, but one unbelievable goal, same as like we did against Arsenal. But you never felt like they were going to score. This is weird, and they're going banging 2 in. You're like, hold on a second, we've dominated the chances.
Yeah,
we'll go up and get another chance. We've just got to take it. And I felt like I was calling for Sesko from 60th minute. Cunha was struggling on the ball, getting a bit tired. But with Sesko up top, move Ahmad out, well, stay on the right, Burma on the left. We'll get another chance. We'll probably get a goal. Then he hit the post. I was like, oh. Then they went and scored. I was like, we've got it. And then Sesko scored.
The goal. It
felt comfortable.
It's worth reminding for everyone because it's very easy to, look at the result and see who scored. The goal came from a moment of brilliance from Bruno Fernandes down that right hand side.
Unbelievable.
It's fantastic.
You can look at it. You can look at it 2 ways. You could look at it as, it's a bit worrying that we conceded 2 in a game that you were very comfortable in, and is that signs? And I said to you in game, a better side, a better accomplished side with a bit more quality up top, I think would have given you a good game from the out.
I think Fulham are a good team.
I'm not saying they're not, but
tough to beat this season,
they absolutely are. But there's a lot of moments where the Iwobis, the Jimenezes, the Chukwuezes, they were loose touches.
Yeah,
there
they played good football. When they get the ball, when they've got their back to goal, they're really good.
To get to the goal, or
really
in
good.
that final third, really good. That final third was just lacking a little bit, and it screams volumes that Harry Wilson's their best player this season. You're not looking at him to be winning you games every week. He's a creative player. However, football is a results-driven game.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you win the game, as long as you win, I couldn't give a flying monkeys about anything else. You get 3 points, that's it. To win it in the 90th minute or later is the perfect way to win a game.
It gives you momentum, doesn't it?
It's the absolute perfect way to win a game.
Sets up a buying game next week as well, doesn't it?
We'll get onto the games coming up just on Liverpool because this is a Liverpool Man United podcast.
Sometimes.
Can we? Well, I'm doing my best to bring it back. Liverpool absolutely battered Newcastle, and I thought were really good. Newcastle in the first 20 minutes were fantastic.
Were Newcastle good, or were Liverpool good, or Newcastle really poor?
I thought Liverpool did really well to combat the first 20 minutes because I thought Newcastle came on really strong, especially at Anfield. To get Liverpool on the back foot in the opening 20 minutes at Anfield is some feat.
Mental, I said, yeah.
I think the problem with Newcastle is something about them in whatever it is mentally, in those kind of later stages in a game, they do really struggle.
They're missing their...
Particularly away.
They're missing their... but they're
Bruno
missing
Guimaraes,
their captain. They're missing a good centre-back. Botman didn't play, did he? Shah wasn't there. They played Burn centre-back. They're missing a few big players. So midfield and back end of the pitch, top of the pitch, obviously fine, but back end of the pitch, I think they were missing some of the... Joelinton was out. They're missing some big players in that game that control games. Without those...
Yeah, I would say that what I saw from Liverpool was promising. What I saw from Ekitike was massively promising. I thought Wirtz's goal was taken really well. I thought the assist that he got for Ekitike as well was really good.
Konate, I'll tell you what the difference was for us. Konate, sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
Konate had a really solid game, as did Van Dijk. The difference that it made immediately to the whole team, the trust in the players, everyone else could relax. You're not having the forwards having to scramble back all the time. There was just assured defending. I thought it was a really sort of complete performance, that 20 minutes aside. The massive thing for me, I've got a ticket to every game. I haven't been going as much recording this, family stuff or whatever. When I listen to the atmosphere at Anfield in league games against your Burnleys and your Brightons, it has been poor, really poor. But I also think that feeds off the players and what they've been giving us. When everyone got behind what we could see and that players were playing nice, neat football and putting the passes around, had a bit of confidence, had a bit of strut with them, it feeds back to the fans, they feed back to the players. And there's when we turn that game around, it's because we wanted it.
I think Konate has a big part to play in that with obviously what's gone at home for him. When he scored the goal, they were all over. Even Alisson ran the length of the pitch to give him a kind of...
I said not one of us would have blamed him if he didn't play.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was fantastic. I almost felt a little bit emotional seeing him score that goal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he started to cry. It's like this big dude like that, and he's just crying.
He's a really nice, likeable bloke. He's all in the inside Anfield and the training videos. He's always a really lively, nice character. Brilliant. He has been poor this season. You're allowed to say that.
Yeah, of course.
there's nothing I want more, because when he's on it, he is a fantastic defender.
Madrid don't come after you if you're not.
Right. If he's on it and he can get that form back, and I think it might play into, it's horrible, and I feel for him, and the loss of any family member is horrendous, especially your dad. I think it could fuel him.
I think it changes. And the crowd, the way they lifted him after he scored,
Yeah.
You don't want to leave that.
No.
You become part of that, don't you? Like,
No, I wouldn't blame him if he did leave. I wouldn't be particularly unhappy if he did.
You
on
do need
current
to sign a
form,
player
but
in
we
that
need-
position.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like we're going to. So I really don't know. I'm happy about the last couple of games. I'm happy going into Champions League. We're at bare bones.
The problem, I think, that has been persistent all season, that you do struggle against a low block, I think still exists, because what Newcastle did wasn't play a low block. They tried to go toe-to-toe with you, and obviously for the first 20 minutes, that's really great. I think they contributed to the Anfield atmosphere.
Yes.
Because
Gordon.
it got you so fired up being able to go end-to-end. Again, you start getting that atmosphere, you start getting the Anfield crowd. It's not something you want to do. I complained that Unai Emery took Aston Villa early in the season there and did a very similar thing. I thought Newcastle's game plan probably didn't work. But would they have sat there 11 men behind the ball and won? We don't know. No. But
you know what?
they
I've got respect
ended up
for
getting
them.
absolutely
Yeah,
thumped.
I've got respect for them for it. Don't change it. If that's what he wants them to do, go and do it and try it till the death.
And they're hard to play because of it. Newcastle, it was a one-off game. But they're tough to
I
play.
think a lot of teams would have struggled.
I think Gordon played
against
into Liverpool's
Newcastle.
hands, like the way he kicked Alisson, the way he made a few
You
tackles.
just
don't do that.
He got
that.
sent off earlier in the season. It's
Liverpool have an unbelievable record at home under the lights, evening kickoffs. They have an unbelievable record. Eddie Howe's a very smart guy. I think really, if he's honest with himself now, he's going to look back at that game and go, maybe I'm not going to go toe-to-toe for the first 20 minutes. Maybe I'll let it settle.
Take the
Sit
sting
everyone
out of
behind
it.
the... Yeah.
You say that.
Take this thing out of the atmosphere.
Sam Allardyce used to do it all the time.
Were you panicking?
You would have felt
20
it.
minutes. Because
Yeah,
I said
but at
I
no-
was like, I can't believe they're taking it to Liverpool first 15 minutes. You just sit back and take pressure.
I was sat
couldn't
there
believe
watching it and I was thinking, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I thought when they scored, I was like, fair play to them.
No, I wasn't thinking like from a Liverpool. I'm worried that Liverpool might lose this. I was thinking, I just don't think this is the
not
way to play.
sustainable.
You have to play the occasion. Unfortunately, there's certain games. Liverpool's one of them. If United go there, say it was an evening kickoff, I don't want us going all out. Quiet down that crowd, because they'll suck the ball in the first 20 minutes if you're not careful.
Do you know what it is about the evening kickoffs? A lot of it is that the tourists don't want to do late nights and stuff.
Do you think more Scousers are in the stadium?
They want
stuff,
the
don't they?
Saturday 3:00 and whatever, where they can get transport there and back or whatever. They do, like hotel prices go through the roof in the city. There's no trains and all that sort of stuff. It does separate. Like for the first time in a long time, admittedly, I'm not from the city. I was surrounded by Scousers. Usually when I go and sit in the Cop, it'll be a mixed bag of people that have probably never been before, only go once or twice a season, whatever. It was all Scousers, and I like to think that I contribute to the atmosphere a lot, and anyone that sees me when I'm drunk shouting and screaming will probably agree. But there is no doubt that tourists do feel a little bit like, I don't know if I want to sing. It's a bit embarrassing. That's not necessarily on them. It's just that if they're not used to going to the football, you can't express yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
So you almost feel silly.
You don't sit in the big ends if you're doing that, do you?
Of course not, but that's because it's their big day out and they'll only go that one day.
They're going to be in the
It's the
atmosphere.
event.
Oh, look at this,
100%
rather than I'm going to
contribute
contribute, and that does affect the team. Game coming up at the weekend is a massive one. City. We will watch City today with Tottenham. One thing that I think might be a contributing factor, you saw Rodri avoiding a booking again, avoiding a red card again. I don't want to spend too long on this because it has been done to death by us. But we are the only people, it feels like, who are calling out for what it is. It's not corruption, but the referees definitely have it in the back of their mind. They do not want to book Rodri twice.
You said it perfectly. If it is an inconsistency with refereeing across a number of teams and a number of players, you can forgive it as that for what it is. It is consistently Rodri.
Why is it always him? He should have had about 3 yellows in that space of time. One was as clear a yellow card as you can possibly give. I watched the referee go to his pocket, look up, see Rodri, and put whatever he was going to do back in his pocket. It's not right, mate.
When Pep Guardiola takes him off 30 seconds after those incidents,
Speaks volumes, buddy.
You know for a fact that even Pep thought, we've got away with one there, we have to take him off.
Champions League refs don't let them get away with it.
They do.
Yeah,
they do.
But they still send him off for the week. First time.
Well, again, we
That
said
was
it.
refreshing.
They've got to
Yeah.
be cottoning onto
We
it,
said
surely.
me and Bram were saying after that red card, like, how nice is it to see Rodri finally get a red card? What a player! But finally get a red card because he deserves it. The City fans in the comments, like honestly, we'd said something unbelievable.
Yeah.
They don't see it.
Do you watch football?
City fans don't see it,
on
buddy.
earlier as well, didn't you? You said, look, he should have been sent off. Is it 3 fouls after being booked? He should have been sent off. He would have missed the Liverpool game. He's now going to be
that's
playing
where I
next
get the
week.
frustration. It's
Absolutely.
it's not just that game that it impacts. You know, all right, it's not going to be a straight red, and I don't even know if their EFL fixture midweek would have negated that
Possibly,
anyway.
yeah.
I'm not
But again,
100%.
it's a massive game for Newcastle,
Right.
to overturn a tie.
So even if it's not us, it's still them.
It's then affecting Newcastle.
and it's not
And it's
just
blatant.
You're
It's
not
so
you're not
blatant.
just having you're not just it's not a small picture. There is a bigger picture with this. You know, we could have arguably won a league if he got a handball given against him, which was checked at Everton. You know, that's Rodri again. That's not some conspiracy. The footage is there. You can go and watch it for yourself. I can't believe that there was people in the comments. I get it. You want to protect your own player and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
But let's not deny facts.
Your own manager took him off because they knew that he should have been sent off already,
Again,
and
speaks
one
volumes.
more would have definitely gone.
Massive game for you though. City at Anfield,
Yep.
4:30 on Sunday.
Yep.
You're going to be at the game.
I am.
What's your prediction?
I don't want to read too much into the 2-2 today. I don't think. Yes, all right. They're poor and they're not the City of old, but they are still Manchester City. However, I'm in my little purple patch. I'm going to say 3-1 Liverpool.
Massive. Wow.
Wow.
United have got Spurs. If I'm predicting the City game,
0-0.
1-1.
No.
It's going to be a draw.
I think a draw.
Both going to stink the gaff out. It's going to be a minging game.
Yeah, minging.
no.
Yeah.
But neither team can afford
Do you know
to
what?
lose.
City, Liverpool have been some fantastic games, but I do feel like
fight for a title.
I don't know. I think Liverpool will feel very, very much like they can go for the game because what they got to lose. I think City are a little bit more under pressure because they know they're the probably closest in terms of the chasing pack for Arsenal.
They've just dropped points against us, points against.
And they're going to have a tough game midweek. That's why
and
I've
they're gonna
gone.
have a
should
tough
be
game.
good, but you just know it's going to be a stinker.
But they've got a fantastic
Neither team
squad.
can
They're going to
lose.
share the minutes around and they'll be all right. United, Tottenham, I'll be at that game. You won't because you're bottling it again. So I'm going by myself.
Battling it again. What does he mean?
Goes to 2 games.
I know.
No.
And I guess that
Let's,
Liverpool
no.
team-
Let's forget this. Let's forget this
No.
myth. You have the opportunity to come with me twice
do not have
in a
the
row.
opportunity to
You
go with
did.
you.
I offered to buy you.
I have a family. I
No,
can't
no.
just up and go to the football every week.
Oh, so what were you doing during that game? Were you not watching it?
Of course it was.
I gave you the
With
opportunity.
his son.
I offered,
Okay, yeah, but
anyone
let's-
watching?
let's
No.
get into it. Let's get into it. Let's
We
get
haven't
into
got
this.
time.
Yeah,
We haven't
let's
got
be
time.
fucking
We
good.
haven't.
We haven't got
actually
time.
Bullshit.
What I will
United
s-
pissed me off.
No, what I will say is I offered you the chance. I was going to pay for your ticket. I said the exact same for Tottenham. And you turned me down twice.
It's not exactly
Now,
what I went. I'll pay for the
no,
ticket on Friday.
Vince, we haven't got time. Let me talk.
Linda.
I am now going to City and Tottenham back to back by myself because you refused to
Well,
join
you've
me.
got about 30 games
Let's
to catch up on
talk
me, so it's fine.
about the game.
You going to win it or not?
What's the game going to be like?
I think it's going to be minging.
I think 2-2.
I think we're going to smash them. I do. I'm more confident about
Do you think we're gonna smash
I
them?
think I'm more confident about beating Tottenham.
Not necessarily.
at
I'm on
home.
about the last week. You were trying to get him on the gravy train of
I
winning
know.
the league, and he wasn't having any of it. And
Tottenham
now you've won
stink,
3
mate.
games. You're going to
Tottenham
absolutely
stink.
batter
They've
him.
just got a good result against City, but they stink this season. Let's not forget how poor they are.
How
They're good away from home.
How Man United
Tottenham.
would it be, though? How Man United would it be to be on this amazing feeling, this amazing run, and it's Spurs that come in?
I
Well,
know.
we
and
lost.
take
They
points
beat us
off
in the
you?
Europa
think
League
that.
last season. We've got a point to prove at home. I'm going to go 3-0.
I'm going 2-2. I'd love to see us win.
We're going to win the league at 2-2, mate.
I know.
Carrick ain't going to keep his job. 16 wins out of 16.
My hopes for the league, honestly, were a lot pinned on Arsenal getting beat by Leeds.
Do
And
you know what? I thought they were going to struggle.
Honestly,
they were brilliant.
How mental
it was.
is that?
I know it was crushing. I fancied us. I fancied us against City. I fancied us against Arsenal. I kind of wasn't sure on the Fulham result. I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit like, could go anyway. If Arsenal had lost, I'd have really been. Honestly, you'd have seen a different side of me. You think it was bad last week? If Arsenal had lost to Leeds this weekend and we'd gained another 3 points,
Do you know?
Who
what
Arsenal got next?
Sunderland
Sunderland
Away.
I
a
want
nice fixture
just
for him.
just to wrap it up quickly. I just want to say that I know it's not a jibe or a jib or whatever. You guys haven't been in like proper title races for a little while. Not a proper one, yeah.
Not in the last
10 years.
you
12 years.
that feeling
2013.
of wanting a team to drop points so it helps you, which you've had that in like 4th or 5th, and Arsenal are like 10 points clear or whatever. Just imagine like how bad that was watching City every week in those title run-ins.
Yeah,
And,
but I
and
mean,
they
we
go
grew up
run
with that.
No. I'm
Chelsea,
just. I'm not.
Arsenal.
That's not me saying how much it is. I'm just thinking. Think how
City are frustrating.
deflating
Yeah.
it was for Leeds
Mean
not to beat Arsenal, which is really not even a hope.
No, it wasn't gonna
And then
happen,
you
was it?
go, and then like Villa go 2-0 up at the Etihad on the last day of the
Yeah.
season. It's
Oh,
that.
yeah,
But,
they did, didn't they?
but
I'd
that's
much rather chase Arsenal than City.
100%.
So I agree with you there.
But then look at the City when the City did against us for that Aguero goal at the end.
Well,
They'll never
let's
worse.
get a middle of the. Well, I think we're nearly 2/3 into the season. Just to close the show off, predictions on where we're going to finish. United start.
I think we could get third.
I think third.
But Villa
Third or
lost a few
fourth.
players, and they've got people to come back like in the beginning and stuff. So
I'll be conservative fourth.
I'd be happy with fourth. I'll be buzzing with fourth. Buzzing.
Where do you think we'll be?
I think it'd be really tight with us and you. I do. Yeah.
You turn
I think
the corner?
I think we're both going to turn corners
Yeah.
and just go on a run. The thing that worries me is about Champions League, because I think we really want to go for that. And if we know that the league is completely gone, then he's just going to give up on it and go for Champions League.
Love that.
I would be very happy from where we were to be fourth. I'm going to put my bias hat on and say we might just pip you to the third or the fourth. I think it'll be us third. I think it'll be.
Do you think
United
we'll
and
both finish
Liverpool?
above Villa?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed that, make sure to subscribe. We are also on social media. You can find Brandon at WasGoalpost on TikTok. You can find him at WasGoalpost on Instagram as well. Vince is at VinceGoalpost on TikTok. I'm at AlexGoalpost on everything. If you want to listen on the go, you can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's Goalposts. The new channel is called Goalposts on YouTube as well. It's nice and easy to find us. We'll be back next week, next Monday and Wednesday, and every Monday and Wednesday for the rest of the season.
Well done, mate. Have you been practicing that in your
Doing
sleep?
really well.
Well done, mate. It's really
Impressive.
good. Hey, guys.
And breathe.
Love you.